Well, we start in Stockton tonight. That's where the city has declared a local emergency because of a homeless shelter that is set to close next month. The city says it could put about 250 people back on the street.
Now, that shelter plans to close in just a few weeks on August 15th. And the city says it could cause a public health emergency with hundreds of people now looking for help. ABC 10's Luke Clary spoke to the Stockton city manager, and he is here right now in the studio with more.
Yeah, the city manager, Harry Black, called this his #1 priority right now. He said that he was shocked 2 weeks ago when he learned in an email that the operators were closing up shop and that the city is now working to find a solution to make sure that people don't end up back on the street.
The Stockton Shelter for the Homeless, established to help people in their times of greatest need. News of its impending closure came to the city manager's office in the form of an email.
I was shocked. It was abrupt, and then I went into solution mode automatically.
City manager Harry Black said the city declared a local emergency so it could act more quickly to find a solution. Now in talks with nearby St. Mary's Dining Room and another organization to take over in hopes of a seamless transition and preventing the worst case scenario of 250 people suddenly back on the street.
That is not an option. That is not an option. Even if I myself have to directly go to the shelter and man the station, it's not going to happen.
The director of the shelter said the organization was facing financial issues.
I was surprised, honestly, that it was going to be closing.
Jessica Velez works with the homeless. She hopes this will cause people to rethink the issue.
Thinking that people are going to go from living in the streets to cramming into a container it's not feasible for them. Mentally, it's too much for them to handle.
She envisions an alternative community in the future. For now, the city is scrambling just to keep the shelter open, but also rethinking its approach.
The model could be flawed. The current model could be flawed. It could be too much pressure being placed on the shelter itself, and as a result, I think the city and the county may need to take a more direct role with respect to both operations and funding.
And it's worth pointing out that the city is working on what's being called a homeless navigation center. That's being built right behind the existing shelter and comes with a $5 million price tag, partially paid for by Stockton and San Joaquin County taxpayers. Take a look. Here's a rendering of the project, and as you see that distinctive design there, they're actually building the navigation center with large shipping containers. Here's where the project stands today. It's running behind schedule. It was supposed to be done by now, but the builders have run into some problems, and the city manager says that they are now working to get that open as soon as possible. And this, in addition to keeping the existing shelter up and running.
Having so many moving parts, and we know that Stockton is not alone when it comes to the homeless crisis. Please stay on top of it for us, Luke. We thank you.
You bet.